All right, I'm here with Coach Grant Pate from Itawamba. He's just spoken to our coaches, and Coach, I appreciate you being here. A couple of things that I'd love to get some insights from you, just so some of the coaches out there could hear about, is you've been in the game for a little bit. I know when you started out, coaching was probably a different mindset.
Yeah.
But now that you've got a few years in, what's some advice that you would give to a young coach out there?
You know, my advice is to learn as much as they can, and to find some role models. Find some role models that they can follow, they can read about, they can learn about, and try to emphasize, find some important things that they want to hang their hat on, and what's important. And of course, to me, as I grew up as being a young coach, I had some mentors that shared the good news with me, and the Bible, and just faith, and how important faith was in what we did as coaches and what we do as coaches. And coaching can be really stressful. Coaching can, there's so much competition involved, and it's so driven. It's a driven occupation to where, everything hinges on a win or a loss. And there has to be a balance. And I feel like that our faith, is a way to lay a foundation that we can fall back on, that we can leaning on God and praying to Him, and just giving Him a lot of what is on our shoulders, and pray about it, and be a release, just be a release, be our light, in those dark times.
Well, you said a lot of things that represents what the Bigger Than Ball Foundation is about. How important is it for you as a coach to kind of have that time to recharge your batteries, to kind of reset and to remember why you started coaching? And on the flip side, does it ever get you thinking about your legacy and how you will be remembered as a coach?
Oh, most definitely, and it's so important to recharge. It's so important to take a step back, so you can reflect and you can see where you are, how are things working, from a big picture point of view, because we get caught up, we get caught up in what we're doing. Sometimes selfishly we get caught up, in what we're doing as an individual, and that God's plan for our lives is to give, just to give and to serve and to be there for others. But of course, when you do that, it'll drain you too, and it's important to have that refuge, so to speak. That place of comfort, that place of being able to refocus, recharge, rejuvenate, and it's just an important, I think it's just an important thing to have as a coach. And, as far as a legacy, personally, I just want to be remembered as someone that loved his players, someone, that loved God first, and they knew that God was number one in my life, and they knew that my family was very, very important to me. Whether it was going to our children's play production, or going to their cross-country meet, or going to their fashion show, it was important to me just to share with them those times that I did have to leave, and just to be honest and upfront with them that coaching was just part of my life. But my spiritual life came first, my church, my small group, devotional time, quiet time, those times before getting in bed when I wake up, that it's spent with the man upstairs. And that, my family, to know that their role in my life is second to none, and that the strength that they provide, I can do my coaching responsibilities. And so I just think it's so important to model that to your players, so that and you don't have to say a lot either. You can model it without saying a word, and your players will bring up things to you. And I just think it's important to know, to leave the legacy that you cared, that you loved God, and that you know, it was all about Jesus Christ.